Hey, I'm Tommy, and this is Make It Monday. Now, instead of food, I'm going to be making a ringtone today. This is day 28 of Vlog Every Day in April. Now, this is the latest I've gotten started on making a video all month. I switched from iPhone to Android about 6 weeks ago, and I haven't gotten around to customizing ringtones for people that I receive calls from or texts from. I want to show you some of the custom ringtones I had under iOS and how I used them, and then I'm going to make a new ringtone from scratch, and I want to explain my reasoning for my selections. Then I'm going to copy the correctly formatted clip, that's important, to my phone and assign it to a contact. Now, I regularly receive text messages from work, but they always come from a huge range of numbers, so I cannot create a contact for those. I depend on the default ringer to help me identify those, and then customize everyone else I communicate with to make them distinctive. You can see some of my custom ringtones here in iTunes, and I'm only going to explain a few. For friends that live outside the US, I use ELO's Calling America, even for texts, since I hear from them so rarely. For example, the Fine Colombian clip from Steely Dan is for a friend who is half Colombian, of course, and a very fine physical specimen. This Harry Knock Knock ringtone is my previous text tone for Harry, and it incorporates sound elements from an old DOS game that we used to play together.
Knock, knock.
Now, if you like the Addams Family, you could always have Morticia announce, "Mail's in."
Mail's in.
I found a couple of songs with big, huge mama references, so I turned those into text tones and ringtones for my mom. I have another friend who always has some sort of sexy underwear, so that song gets assigned to him.
I'm wearing sexy underwear. I'm wearing sexy underwear. I'm wearing sexy underwear.
Now, I used to have this Mika clip play for my voicemail notification.
I want to talk to you.
When making your own ringtone, think about its purpose, how distinctive and how noticeable it should be. Some tones should be subtle since you'll hear them a lot. Now, some are big signatures for callers and you want to notice them. Just remember that everyone around you will notice them also. Since I hadn't customized Harry's contact info and he's been playing lots of Starbound, I thought I'd make a Starbound ringer. I listened to the title theme and it is very atmospheric, but there's not really a short clip that stands out. So I listened to more of the soundtrack because I bought the game at the Pixel level and got the entire soundtrack for free when I bought the game with Humble Bundle. I ended up choosing from the experimental soundtrack the Planetarium track, which plays when you're on the ship. Now, pop songs will frequently have a big intro or outro, or like a big money note in the chorus, and that's what you want to use for your ringtone, the good parts. But for an instrumental track, you might have to dig around for that. Now, I'm going to just treat it like the beginning and the end are the only parts that are going to have a good, easy, short clip to grab. So let's listen to the beginning and the end of this Planetarium clip, and then I'll explain. Now, the beginning and the end of this clip sound very similar to me, so I'm just going to use the beginning. So I'm going to select there's 2 seconds worth of the music. And if your phone repeats the clip, this should cycle beautifully because you could hear just the way it was it was cycling through these notes. I'm going to copy this selection into a new clip, save it as Starbound Planetarium. Now for iPhone, you need to save it in Apple's AAC format, but with the extension M4R instead of M4A. Android will accept AAC or MP3, but it must be named M4A or MP3. Now I connected my Samsung Galaxy Note 3 to the USB cable, and it appears in Windows Explorer as Tommy's Note, since that's what I named the phone. Now I'll copy this saved clip to the folder Media Audio Ringtones and Media Audio Notifications. Then I can go into Contacts, find Harry, edit his entry, change his notification tone. I selected Media Storage when prompted. You may have other choices right here. And just once, because I don't know if that's what I want to use as the default all the time. And my new clip appeared in the list of possible ringtones. I selected Starbound Planetarium and tapped OK. Now whenever Harry texts me, I'll get a bit of Starbound. I hope you found this useful for making and applying ringtones. We've just got 2 more days of Veda left. I've gotten one feedback from a friend who says I should do a cooking show more often. Is that something you would like to see? Was this make it ringtone an acceptable alternative to making it in the kitchen? Leave your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.